Hey, it's Malcolm. We're going to get started with our boot camp. Make sure you have a nice area around you. Remember that exercise has its own risks, so know your limits, stay within it. During this whole time, I want you to think about all you're feeling is only discomfort. So that's like a muscle burning, not sharp pain. If you're feeling a sharp pain, ease off. Try one of the different variations that I'll try to give. Usually with exercises, I'll give different variations. So find the one you like. Know your limits, stay within it, but we're going to start with a fun warm-up. So if you want to, you can start playing your music now, and we'll get started here. Just marching on the spot, and we're going to do forward shoulder circles. Good. Reverse directions. Good. One leg out. Really try to warm up those hips. A little salsa. Good. Let's switch legs there. Good. Hands on hips here. Hip circles. And switching directions. Good. We're going to go into butt kickers. Bicep curls. We're going to go hands out now. Warm up those rotator cuffs. Good. We're going to move on. We're going to go to ankle taps here. So try to get that ankle up to that hand. So rather than your hand going down to your ankle, really try to bring it up. Good. And let's go from behind here. Good. Moving on, we're going to go to straight punch here. Straight punch. Good. We're going to move on to a block. Okay, going on to an uppercut. Good. Go to a hook here. Good. We're going to punch to the side. Really try to rotate that body. Good. Moving on, we're going to go heel. So heel, toe, bicep curl, tricep extension. Now we're going to lift that front knee, curl in the back. Okay, so lift that front knee, curl in the back. Good. Let's go with the other leg here. Okay, so we're going heel, toe, heel, toe, bicep curl, tricep extension. Good. We're going to curl, well, lift in the front, curl in the back. Good. Moving on, we're going to go high knees, opposite elbow. Good. Keep going. Good. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to our hamstring warm-up. You're going to get one foot in front of you, toe up. You're going to sweep down and come back up. Good. And let's switch sides there. Toe up off the ground, sweep through and up. Good. We're going to lay on our back now. We're going to do some hip openers. Laying on our back. Outside hand. Going to grab the outside of the knee. Inside hand. Inside of the ankle. Lay down. You're going to pull your knee to your armpit. And relax. Good. Keep going. And switching sides. Good. Mobilize anything else that you need to mobilize. Move it around. And we'll get started on our first circuit. Okay guys, we're going to get started here with our leg circuit. So stage one, we're going to do lunges or a split squat. But stage one is just going to be a regular squat, okay? If you're really feeling on your knees, just do a 2-leg squat. So again, have your feet about hip width to shoulder width, somewhere in between there. You're going to try to maintain nice balance on your feet. And then you're going to have them slightly turned up at about a 10 to 15 degree angle. And just squat down to wherever you feel is good. You can squat down low if you want to. Take your pick. Find what is most comfortable. Stage two is going to be a single leg squat. So what you're going to do is you're going to get one leg in front of the other and the other behind in a split stance. Then what I want you to think of is that you're dropping the back knee. So I'm going to drop my back knee. And at that point, I'm going to put pressure in my front leg and in the hip that's in front. So I'm dropping that back leg and powering through this upper leg. So I'll show you from this side. So I'm dropping my back knee, doesn't have to touch the ground. And I want to think that this hip here, this glute muscle is pushing up, okay? So the back knee causes you to come back, so your hip hinging. And then you want to push through that front leg, so you really use that glute muscle. We're going to do the single leg glute bridge. So that one, you're going to be laying on your back. We're going to get up into a glute bridge, and you're going to hold. We're going to hold this position. What I want you to think of is your pelvis isn't tilted. It's nice in a good position. So actually, sorry, stage one would be you're on 2 legs. Just hold it. Stage two is single leg, but you kind of have that leg bent. Totally fine. Stage 3 is going to be straight leg. So you have a straight leg. And stage 4 is going to be into the chest, okay? So that's that one. And then we're going to do a Russian twist. So, I should have been in this position anyways. You're going to be on your butt here. Stage 1, you're up in this crunch. Rotate side to side. I want you to think that your shoulders are turning. Shoulders are turning. A lot of people kind of just dip their arms. I want you to think that your torso is turning. So stage 1. Stage 2, you just lift those feet up. Rotate, rotate. So those are the 3 exercises that we're going to do for our lower body circuit. So find your space, get some water before we get started, and we'll get started shortly with our lunges. So on our lunges, what I also want you to do, you're going to start hip width. I want you to step up to shoulder width. And we're going to do it 30 seconds a leg for lunges. You're going to do 30 seconds a leg if you're doing single leg glute bridges. And then we're doing a minute of Russian twist. So let's get started here for our lunges. Get in your position there. So I'm taking that step out to shoulder width. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm dropping that back knee. Push through that front butt. Push through that front leg. Nice and tight in the core. I find for me personally, I like to stay at one spot. That helps me maintain my balance here. Keep my arms nice and steady. If you need to, if you're really feeling it's really hard, you can just put your hand on your knee. That'll make it really easy. 3, 2, 1. Switching legs. Dropping that back knee. Pushing through that front leg. Good. Keep going, everyone. You're going to feel the burn on this one. Try to feel it through that hip there, that front hip. And you got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's get ready for that single leg glute bridge hold. Down on our back. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. So stage 1, you're just holding. You're up. Core's nice and tight. Stage 2, bent knee, just holding it. Stage 3, straight leg. And stage 4, hugging it into your chest. So choose whichever one that you like. Make sure that you're really squeezing at the glutes here. Core nice and tight. And try to make sure your pelvis isn't tilting. So we have a nice stable pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch legs. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep breathing. Really squeeze that glute and keep it holding. Great exercise to do if you have low back pain. We're really trying to strengthen our glutes up. And that's going to take the pressure off your low back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Good job. Let's get started here on our Russian twists. So remember, stage 1, heels on the ground. Stage 2, you're going to lift your heels. So 3, 2, 1, go. Keep that crunch. Turn that body. So really think that you're rotating. So I'm almost thinking that the center of my chest is trying to look at either wall. So for me personally, I like to keep my arms in. Just because if I have my arms out, you have the propensity to move them. I want you to think that nice and tight. Keep your arms in tight. Just as if you were holding something, you can hold a little weight if you want it to be a little bit more challenging. But really think about that rotation. Keep that front tummy muscles contracted. Pretend like somebody's going to punch you in the tummy. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Oh, that was a good first circuit. We're going to have our rest here. Get some water if you need it. Those lunges are really important. Gaining that single leg strength is more important than we think. We actually spend more of our day on one leg, or more of activities or on one leg. So it's really good to get that motor program down and the strength. As going upstairs, you do it one leg at a time. Going downstairs, usually if you go to pick something up, you might have one leg in front of the other, not usually two legs beside each other. So it's really good to work on your strength and balance on that one leg. So lunge is a great exercise for that. It is really hard, but it is really good to do. Also, you'll get more booty work in a lunge. Any single leg maneuver, you get way more glute activation than you would on a two-leg exercise. So squats, like two-leg squats, more for the quads and legs. But if you're doing any single leg stuff, really, 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 really good for the glutes. Okay, let's get ready for our lunges. Oh, I started with my right foot. Doesn't matter if you forget which leg you started with. I just like to do the same leg. We'll get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Or did I start with the right leg? Who knows? I can't remember now. Doesn't really matter in the long run. It's more of a personal preference thing. Now you don't have to touch that knee to the ground. You can keep it just above. I like to slowly tap it and then come back up, just so I know I'm at my depth. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to switch legs. Oh, I think I definitely did the left leg first last time. Think about that back knee dropping. We got 10 seconds, everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's get ready for our glutes. We're going to go in at 3, 2, 1, up. So stage 1, stage 2, kind of have the knee bent. Stage 3, straight legs. Stage 4, hug into your chest. Okay? 4 stages. Make sure core is nice and tight. Nice and tight core. Squeeze the glutes. Pay attention to your pelvis. Make sure it's not tilting. Having your hands down will definitely help stabilize. 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Keep going. If you want it to be a little bit harder, make sure your toe is off the ground. You're just on your heel. It'll cause you to use your hamstring more. Keep going. Keep that glute squeeze. We got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. We're going to move on to our Russian twist here. Rotate side to side. Remember, this is stage 1. Stage 2, you're just going to lift your heels off the ground. Take your pick. Keep going, everyone. Think about that rotation. Keep breathing. Keep going. You want to feel it in your obliques there, in your front tummy muscles. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Take your rest there. Ooh, you earned it. This is a fun circuit. So with those glute bridge holds, you really want to make sure your core is nice and tight. Really good flex there. We're trying to learn how to be stable through our pelvis by using our glutes and all our hip muscles and our core. This is one thing that is very, very important, especially if you have low back pain, which I think there was one study that said, I think it was around like 90% of people will get low back pain at some time in their life. So it's a very, very prevalent issue. So a lot of these exercises are prehab. So if you do them, you're less likely to get the said back pain. So prevention is always better than rehabbing. So putting a little time into exercises like this will pay dividends into the future. We only have to do this set one more time, and then we'll move on to our upper body. So really give it a good last set. Really think about keeping your core activated and just having a good time. Exercise should not be stressful. It should be stressful on your body, but it shouldn't be mentally too stressful. Just enjoy, have fun, and hopefully you'll feel really, really good after. So let's get ready for our lunges. We're going to get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. So drop that back knee, push through that front leg. Push through that front leg. Good. Yeah, you're going to feel it a lot in your quad as well. Basically, most of your body weight should be on that front leg, if you can. 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Keep going, keep breathing, keep that core nice and tight. Almost there. Last set, remember. Whoa. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Whew. Okay. Getting ready for our glute bridges. Let's get going in. 3, 2, 1. Up. So stage 1. Stage 2. Stage 3. Stage 3, straight leg. Stage 4. Hug that knee into that chest. Make sure you press it through the ground. Focus on your core being nice and tight. Squeeze it through that glute. You can even poke it too if you want to. Make sure it's nice and flexing. 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Last set, last set. Keep breathing. $15. Keep holding it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Whew. Let's get ready for a Russian twist here. We're going. Keep that body rotating. Try to feel it. So when I'm rotating, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring my hip closer to my rib cage, hip closer to my rib cage. So that's kind of the movement back and forth. It is somewhat of a rotation side to side, but you also want to think of that rotation with that side crunch. Again, stage 2 is if you want to lift those heels off the ground. Keep going. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Great job, everyone. Take a rest. I'm going to show you the exercises for the next circuit. Okay, for our second circuit, our upper body circuit, our first exercise is push-ups. We're then going to do child's pose, lower trap, and then mountain climbers. So for push-ups, I'll show you all the different variations. So stage 1 is going to be a modified push-up, hands and knees. What I want you to think about is your hands are kind of just outside your shoulders, so your thumbs are right under your shoulders. And then what you're going to do is you're going to position your knees where you want. If you position your knees closer together, it's going to make it a little bit harder. Also, if you bring your knees away from your hands, it'll make it harder. So that's a way you can kind of change up the push-up. You're just going to come down, back up. Stage 2 is going to be on our toes. So you're on your feet and hands there. Same thing. Push up and down. Perfect. So that's a push-up. We'll do that for, unfortunately, a minute. Our child's pose lower trap. So you're going to be in child's pose. Hands are on the ground. What you're going to do is you're going to turn one hand over, and then you're going to raise it up and come back down and switch hands. So in this one, really make sure that when you're the other hand is going up, you're pushing into the ground with the other hand. So I'm with my left hand on the ground. I'm going to bring my right hand up, but I'm pushing into the ground with my left hand. So the opposite hand pushes. Make sure your shoulders are down and back. I don't want to see your shoulders in your ears. Nice and controlled. Head neutral. Should be a good one. And then the last one we have is mountain climbers. So I personally love to do my mountain climbers using a wall or another surface, not necessarily the ground. So I'll probably be using my mantle here, but I'll show you on the side. So side view. So what I want you to do is think that your heels are off the ground and you're flexing your core. And then you're going to lift one knee at a time, nice and controlled. We don't need to do it fast. This is a stabilization one. So I personally like to use a wall or something, but I have a mantle here. So what you do is you put your hands on it at about this angle and up and down. So find a place that you can do it. You don't need a mantle. You can also use a wall. Just make sure that the wall is stable. So the other nice place is a door frame. Door frame is nice and stable. You can put your hands kind of on either side and do the same thing. So find a place where that works for you. If you don't have anywhere, you can just do it on the ground. So you're just going to be down on the ground. Same thing, lifting that knee one at a time. Nice and controlled. You might see people do mountain climbers really fast. We want to do nice and controlled. That's going to work more on our stabilization of our core. So let's get ready for upper body circuit. We're going to go with push-ups here. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, this is stage 1. I can modify this by moving my knees further back, making it harder, and moving my knees together will also make it harder. When we got stage 2 is going to be on our toes. Okay, so really find what you feel comfortable with because you have to do it for a minute. So pace yourself as well if you have to. You don't have to do crazy push-ups. When you feel the burn, you feel the burn. So pace yourself, keep breathing, and you'll get through this one. Good, keep going. We got 10 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, let's move on to our child's pose lower trap. We'll get going here in 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to open the hand to the ceiling, bring it up, open hand, bring it up. Try to get your head nice and neutral. You want to feel this one in between your shoulder blades and also below your shoulder blades. Keep going. This is a really good one for posture. Keep going. Ten seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, let's get ready for our mountain climbers. We'll get going here in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and controlled. Make sure your ears are not in your shoulder, like your ears and your shoulders are as far apart as you can get them. Push in. So make sure that that foot that's on the ground is putting force into wherever you have your hands. Keep going. Almost there. Stay nice and controlled. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, great job. Take your rest. So one thing you also want to think about on those mountain climbers, you might not want slippery, like I have slippery socks on. You might want to have something a little bit more grippy, shoes, or even take your socks off if you're on like a laminate or slidey surface. So with the push-ups, I want you to really think that you're not falling down on them. You really want to take it nice and controlled the whole time. So think about you want to use your back muscles. That's the thing. That's the trick to make them easier. A lot of people don't necessarily think about using their back muscles, but you want to think about your shoulder blades being nice and stable and pinching at the bottom and then coming up and coming apart. So you want to think about your shoulder blades actually on push-ups, and that'll make it easier because then you'll get more muscles helping out the movement. So let's get ready for those push-ups. So let's get going here in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, regular push-up, pace yourself. So this is stage 1. You can modify stage 1 by moving your knees backwards. So move them away from your hands will make it harder. Moving your knees towards your hands will make it easier. Pace yourself. Don't need to go anything too crazy. If you need to, you can pause at the top. The other thing you can do is you can just bring your hands out a little bit so they're not pointing directly straight ahead. That can help some people's wrists. So you can play around with that as well. Keep going, everyone. You got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, great job. We got our child's pose lower trap. So let's get going here in 3, 2, 1, go. So raising that up. Pushing down with the other hand. Keep going, over halfway. You got this, everyone. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, let's get ready for our mountain climbers. We're going in 3, 2, 1, or 1, go. Nice and controlled, everyone. Keep going. Almost there. Keep that core nice and stable. You got 10 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, great job, everyone. Take your rest. So that one is totally okay to feel it in your shoulders. You might feel that one in your shoulders. Totally fine. I even feel it where I do my child's pose lower trap, where I feel it in my low back. With that child's pose lower trap exercise, really good to help out, especially if you actually get a lot of headaches. So in our day-to-day life, we're kind of in this hunched over position, activates our upper traps a lot. And our lower traps, which are just beneath our shoulder blades, can get kind of weak. So we want to make sure our lower traps are nice and strong, work really well, have great neuromuscular control. And that's really going to help stabilize the shoulder blade. A lot of shoulder problems and neck problems come from the shoulder blade and that kind of thoracic spine area. So we want to make sure all the muscles in there are healthy and working properly. And that might reduce shoulder pain, neck pain, and headaches. So the lower trap is a great exercise to really get that shoulder blade in the right position, hopefully, and kind of reduce some pain if you're having pain in that area. So let's get ready for our push-ups, which are going to cause discomfort in our chest. Not pain. We don't want pain. We want discomfort. There's a difference there. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. Last set here. Remember, stage 2 is going to be on your toes here. Just a regular push-up. You can also do a modified one for stage 1. Pace yourself. A minute of push-ups ain't nothing to laugh at there. And we're halfway there. Keep going. Good, you got 15 left. And you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, that's definitely, those push-ups are hard. Okay, let's get going for our lower trap. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. So, raising up and down, push in with our hand, raising up and down. Good, you want to feel this below your shoulder blades. Halfway there, everyone. Keep going. Almost there. Keep going. 15 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Whew. Okay. Let's get ready for our mountain climbers. We'll get going here in 3, 2, 1, go. Keep going, everyone. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Great job, everyone. Great upper body circuit. We'll get ready for cool down here in just a second. Okay, everyone, let's get ready for cool down here. So put on some relaxing music if you want. We're going to start with our hamstrings as we always do. Slight bend in that knee. We're going to get our shoulders nice down and back. What I want you to think of, we're going to get into that R1, where we feel that little bit of a stretch. Then I want you to breathe in, ease off. Breathe out, ease back in. Breathe out, breathe in, come back out. Breathe in, come back. And what I want you to do is you're going to breathe through your nose the whole time. So breathing through our nose uses our diaphragm more because this is stimulate the vagus nerve, which will calm us down basically. We're trying to calm down our nervous system after doing all that exercise. We're not bouncing, you're moving nice and controlled all the way through like a wave or a tide coming in and out. And it's all modulated by your breath. Good, let's switch sides there. Same thing, shoulders down and back. Gonna feel that R1. Come back and through. Remember to find that R1 first, where you get that first stretch resistance, and then you're just going back and forth in between. So just slightly out of it, then back in. We're dancing with the tissue you can think of. Perfect. Okay, we're going to sit with our feet together. We're going to bring our elbows onto our knees. You're going to bring your chest forward once you feel R1. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to modulate our breath, breathing in to come out a little bit, breathe out to come back in. I personally like to close my eyes just so I can focus on feeling my own tissue, feeling the muscles, where is the tension, and it helps me focus on my breath and really feeling rather than seeing. So you want to feel your body. You want to learn where you're feeling that tension and how you're feeling that tension, and use your breath to modulate in between that stretch and a little less of a stretch. Perfect. Let's move on to our quad. So we're going to lay on our side here, taking this bottom hand, hooking it under our bottom knee, taking this top hand, hooking it onto our top ankle. You're going to pull back until you feel a stretch. Same thing, we're going to go in between feeling the stretch, that R1, and go back into the stretch. So I'm going to breathe in, come out, and then I'm going to breathe out and go back into the stretch. Perfect. Let's switch sides there. Same thing. Use your breath to modulate in between the stretch and no stretch. Perfect. Good. Okay, we're going to stretch out our glutes now. Get into our pigeon stretch. I'm going to bring my right knee over kind of to my left shoulder, extending my other leg behind me. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my chest coming down and up to modulate the stretch. So find R1 there. Now I'm going to breathe in, come out of the stretch using my arms, and then breathe out to come back in. Perfect. Let's switch sides. Same thing, using my chest up and down to modulate the stretch. Perfect. Great job. Okay, we're going to do a little stretching on our upper body now. You can find any position, cross leg on your knees, kind of to the side, whatever is comfortable. I want you to reach your hands behind your back and clasp. We're going to do a little chest stretch here. So I'm trying to bring my chest out, trying to bring my sternum here. I'm trying to get it out and away from my spine. Stretch that out a little bit. If you need to, you can kind of dip. If you raise your arms in the back, you'll get a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. But we don't want to be hunched over because that's not allowing us to bring our chest out. So bring that chest out. Bring that head back. Might give you a little bit more of a stretch there. Perfect. We are now going to stretch our arms a little bit. So you're going to bring your arm, bring it across your chest there. Perfect. Let's switch sides. Keep breathing nice and relaxed. Perfect. Great job today, everyone. Pat yourself on the back. We did it. Great job. Hopefully you had fun. That's the main important thing. Just enjoy the time that you get to exercise. It's something that you get to do. So that's awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy.